It's hard to stop it.
Hello everyone, welcome to another award-winning edition of the Locker Room Chat. My name is John Williams and we are here live in beautiful Oak Ridge, Tennessee at the BBB Communications Studios here in the historic Grove Center. Took off last week for Christmas, so we hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. And we're getting ready for the new year coming up. But tonight we're back and we have some special guests, and we have the assistant coach for the Clinton Lady Dragons, Lisa Watson.
Hello, John. Good to be here.
And she's brought along one of her freshman players, student athlete, Blake Hazelhurst. Well, thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm. Really appreciate y'all coming in, and you know it's getting close to New Year's, and but I'm glad I wanted to have a coach come on the show because there's a lot going on here in the high school sports, and it's affected the Anderson County area and some surrounding counties. And but I just wanted to thank you all for being here, Coach Watson, especially coming in. And,
thank you.
Got Blake to come in, so that's great.
We had a couple other freshmen that we were going to bring with us, but they weren't able to come tonight. But Blake stood up and showed some courage and decided to come out and be on TV tonight.
Well, I'm glad she did. She just makes us both look good, don't she?
Yes, she does.
But
Rose between two thorns
that's
here.
That's right,
John.
yeah. That's right. Well, did y'all have a good Christmas?
We did.
Did you have a good Christmas, Blake? Santa Claus is good to you?
Yeah.
What did you get for Christmas?
I got a refrigerator, like a mini refrigerator.
Oh, did you? Wow.
And
She's got to stay hydrated to play basketball.
Yeah.
Do you have it in your bedroom? Do you have a...
Yeah, because I'm too lazy to go in the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Right. Well, that's great. Keep you hydrated
She's honest.
as well. Keep all your sports drinks in handy. So how's practice been going?
It's been going good. I mean, we scrimmage sometimes and it's really fun, and like the drills are good and effective on us.
Mm-hmm. But there was a big announcement last week, I think a week ago Sunday. Lisa, you know the executive order number 70, Governor Bill Lee, along with the TSSAA, they worked together and came up with some guidelines, and basically it's going to be a restricted attendance for the following sports: basketball, wrestling, and bowling. And it's going to affect all the fans. It's really not a good thing for a lot of the fans because they can't come to the games, but it's something I think they needed to put in place in order for the kids to play like Blake here, and hopefully they get the season get through it.
John, that's one of the things that Coach has really stressed with these girls is that, every moment that we do get a chance to get together, because we practiced 2 times. We only got to practice 2 times. This COVID has affected us. We had two days of practice in a 20-day span. And then right before Christmas, they suspended all of our action then. Mm-hmm. So we hadn't seen a lot of court time. But our thinking is we understand the rules. We love basketball as much as anybody, but these athletes' health is first. And first and foremost, we want them to be safe. Coaches actually, she reminds them every time they go in the locker room, put that hand sanitizer on every time they come out. She's implemented all kinds of things like that, and just sent out constant reminders to them to stay healthy.
I know they shut it down, I think it was December the 14th. I actually went to one of the middle school games that Monday, and I think that was right before that's when they decided to shut everything down for, I think, until January the 5th. But y'all started practicing again on the 28th?
Yeah, after the order the governor gave out, he did say that he wanted, these student athletes to be able to get back in school and to get back to sports. So we were allowed to go back on the 28th to practice. And so we started practice on Monday, first time we touched basketball in a little while. And so these girls were a little winded. We've been just, trying to concentrate on getting the ball back in their hands, get them moving up and down the floor. And you could tell, bless their hearts, you could tell it was, girls, if we don't use it, we lose it. So we had to play some catch up there.
Are some of the players, did they work out on their own to do some things to stay in shape?
Well, let me say this. That was been one of the struggles in this pandemic and in this quarantine and in this period. Before we got out for Christmas break, Coach had, we were under quarantine because we had a few girls that had tested positive, so they were having to do online schooling. And Coach, she implemented...
Coach Phillips?
Yes, Coach Phillips made it kind of mandatory for them. They had to Zoom in. So her purpose of that was to stay connected with the girls while they were off and under quarantine. And she gave them some assignments, so they had to Zoom in every day. That's how we stay connected. That's how God made us. He made us to be interactive people. And so we know the importance of these kids. Since we can't see them face to face, we know it's important to stay connected to them, because that's one of our biggest challenges is, man, how are we going to keep these kids motivated while they're in quarantine? So Coach had given them some assignments to watch some game film. They had to do some stats. She did give them some physical assignments, do some sit-ups, lay in bed and shoot the ball up. Now, whether they did them or not, we don't know. But she did try to implement them. She said, if you can get out and run, or if it's not too cold, you can get out and run, or jump rope in the house, do something active if you can.
Right, that's affecting a lot of teams in the area. I know here in Oak Ridge, they've been able to play. They were city school. Knox County's been shut down. Morgan County, I think they recently started back Christmas Eve. I believe they were allowed to start practicing, and I know some of their teams have been playing in some tournaments this week. And I believe Roane County, I think they're still playing. I think Campbell County has been shut down, so it's just off and on. Each county having their own designation. But as far as here in Anderson County, it's been pretty tough.
Well, and then when you do get back in, if you get back in, we start back Monday, and we're supposed to play halls on Tuesday. The kids come back on Tuesday. The teachers are in on Monday, but we're supposed to play halls on Tuesday. So once we get back to school, we're going games, probably one day of practice, game, one day of practice, game. We're going to be playing a lot of games to catch up.
Right, y'all had it tough when the season started out. I know you didn't have you hadn't had your team together all year. Somebody has been out. Seems like.
Yeah, John, we've had a whole team together. Last time was when we played Heritage. We hadn't had everybody well
right.
or healthy, and so we were looking forward to that, and then we got shut down again. So.
Right, and your team this year, Lady Dragons, are picked to be one of the surprise teams in the district. Sort of ranked up pretty highly, and I know it's a lot of excitement around the program coming into this season. And
that was one of the things we liked about getting our group of freshmen like Blake and the other freshmen that we had, because they brought so much. This was a group of girls that if you said run through that wall over there, they'd do it. And they wouldn't even ask you why until maybe afterwards. But they would do it. And so that's been exciting for us. Our new additions, plus with what we had coming back, with Naya, a senior, and Jazz, And those girls, and then when you add these players like Blake who play hard, I mean, she's like that Energizer bunny, man. I mean, she just keeps going and going and going. And that's the kind of effort and players that we like to have at Clinton High School.
Exactly. Our phone lines are open. See the number that's on the screen, 483-8112, and we got our first call coming in. Locker room chat.
Hey, Lisa.
You're on the air.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Anthony, how are you?
Hey. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Can I do the water boy job?
I knew you were going to ask that. I knew you were
ready
going
for
to
that
ask
question.
that. I was ready for that question. I don't know, Anthony. We just have to see how this COVID stuff turns out. Everybody has to have their own individual bottles now. We can't even give the girls water. So we have to wait and see how this all turns out, buddy.
Let me know if you do.
I will.
Love you.
Have any more?
Love you.
Got any more questions?
No.
Questions or comments?
No.
No.
Got any updates on the Cotton Bowl? Anthony's supposed to give me some updates on the Florida-Oklahoma game tonight. So that's another thing going on for Clinton, switching over to football. The Brett Cooper, I think it's academic. I saw academic All-America Bowl. There's 5 Dragons,
Yes,
freshmen.
I saw that.
They're
That's
in-
pretty impressive.
They're in Dallas, Texas, and competing in that. I believe they're supposed to play tomorrow, and they're going to get to attend the Cotton Bowl tonight, Florida and Oklahoma. So that's just something they'll never forget.
That's right.
See if I can remember their names. See, Joshua Keith, he got the most overall MVP, the Troy Vincent Award I saw. Of course, that's Coach Keith's son. Also, the Maddox kid, I think,
You know, Matt.
Barrett Maddox, I believe. He got the Tony Basili Award. Also, Eric Page is there, Wesley Phillips, and Braylon Taylor. So, just wanted to give those
Yeah, we're
young men-
representing pretty good
Right.
down there.
Right, give them a shout out. So, let's take this next call. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, John, it's Coach Phillips. How are you?
It's Coach Phillips.
Hey, Coach Phillips. Thanks for calling in. Thank you for calling in.
I just wanted to call in and say how excited we are to get back on the court. I know that this has been a weird year for everybody, and I know that, our team has struggled to get everyone kind of healthy and on the court during this crazy time. You've got all kinds of contact tracing, and it's just crazy for everyone. But, I got to be back at the gym today, so just very thankful to see these girls out there working. And, we're crossing our fingers and we're praying that we'll be able to get on the court next week and that nothing else kind of happens. We were talking today as coaches, and we said, heck, if we just have 5, it'll be good to play basketball again. So, we're hoping and praying that we'll be able to get back on that court, and I'm super excited for these Lady Dragons, especially our seniors. And like Coach said, you've got these incoming freshmen that are really working hard. I have a good group of juniors. I'm just hoping that we can get them back on the court together.
Exactly. I know it's been a trying season up to this point. As Coach Watson was saying earlier, not having your whole team together this season, and I'm just glad that Coach Watson came in tonight. I know I tried to get you to come in, but you been under the weather yourself, I believe, and I heard Coach Lockard was as well. So I'm glad Lisa was able to come in and bring in one of her players.
Yes, it's been a crazy and different Christmas, and in a way, I'm kind of thankful that I got to spend more time with my kids during this Christmas break than I typically do. Just running around, rushing here and rushing there, and so we just kind of stayed home and stayed together. But it's been nice, and we have fourth block basketball here in Anderson County Schools, which is we're very fortunate to have. And, we've only had our top 10 on the floor, and this is probably going to blow your mind, but we've only had 2 practices or 2 fourth blocks, I would say, or regular practices since August with our whole team. So it's just been a crazy year. Like Coach said, it's going to be, it's going to be practice and game and practice and game. And typically for girls, especially younger girls in the program, it's really hard to learn on the fly. But I think it will be something good for our freshmen and our sophomores to kind of get thrown in there and to have to make adjustments that we typically have to make in practice. We're going to have to learn them in games now, and I think it'll be a good learning season for us, and I think it will just make us all more thankful, next season to be able to have real court time and real practice time. So I'm hoping these girls, like Coach said earlier, we talked to them about, today could be the last practice for the next 2 weeks. We don't know if someone's going to test positive or if we're going to get shut down. This could be the last practice of the year. Let's just give it our all today. And so these girls have really bought in, and I'm hoping and praying that we can get back on that court next week and somehow get back to some sort of normalcy for, not just for our programs in Clinton, but for all student athletes. We all know how important it is to kind of keep things normal, and how emotional kids can be and how depressing this can be, not having their normal season and just their normalcy of school and life. And so I'm hoping and praying that we can get back on that court next week.
Right, exactly, and we echo those sentiments as well. Everybody, we love basketball, and especially with the kids, that's the main thing. Hopefully get through this season, and so they can play. The executive order, is going to limit restriction on the fans, and that's going to make it tough as well. But the main thing is just let these boys and girls play and get this season in.
Exactly. We're hoping to keep continuing to live stream the games on Facebook so our fans can see the games, and we're trying to get a YouTube a site set up for live viewing as well. Just how hard it is, and I'm sure the cheerleaders and the dance team are extremely upset, and their parents as well. But we're trying to get the best way that we can. We're trying to keep access in our fans' hands, and that way that they're able to still see the game, even though it won't be the same, but they'll at least see it live.
Yeah, that'll be great. That's really good. I think Matt Hagen, he does a lot of that, and hats off to him. And I know he's not the only one. He's got some help, but he's does a really good job with that. And hopefully he'll be able to do that as well once the season gets started. But right now, Alicia, I'm talking to the head basketball coach of the Lady Dragons, Alicia Phillips. Alicia, if you would, talk a little bit about this freshman we got here, Blake Hazelhurst. I got to see her play over there in Heritage in that tournament, and of course the game in Clinton, we had some games, but I really like how she plays out there on the court. Got a lot of energy.
Well, I know you can't see me right now, but I'm smiling ear to ear because I can't talk enough about Blake and how much energy that she brings to our team and how much effort that she brings. She's a kid, like Coach said, I could ask her to run through the wall, and she would 100% run through that wall without asking questions. And she's just one of those kids who, she's just like an Energizer Bunny out there. And defensively, she is a kid that I can put on our top kids, our top, starting 5. And she can push them out there, which is what I really love about all of our freshmen this year, is that they are continuing to push our upperclassmen to get better. They're all good defensively, and so, Blake is fast as lightning, and she's just now starting to learn the system. And that's what's so hard about this year is that, we do have a core group. We haven't had them on the court yet together, but we have a core group of returners that kind of know our system. And with not having summer ball this summer, and then everything that's kind of restricted us this fall, it's really hard for them to learn the system unless we have a lot of practices, and that's something we've not, fortunately we've not had. And so, this season will be trying for the new kids, and it's hard because sometimes I'm speaking a language they don't understand because they've not been around enough and they haven't really experienced the practice time. But like Coach mentioned earlier, this group of freshmen that we have in, they're a group that any coach would die for. I mean, we ask them to do something and they do it, and they don't ask questions, and they do it full speed, 100%, no matter what. And that's the kind of kids that make their program better. And so Blake is definitely someone that we are fortunate to have in our program, and I can't wait to see how she grows this year, all the way through up her senior year.
Right, and it makes it tough. And you start practicing and you have to stop and off and on. It makes it tough, especially for the freshmen.
Oh yeah, especially when you're doing something brand new to them, and typically we run a lot of quick hitters. We have a few continuity plays, but we switch it up game from game depending on who our opponent is. Our list of offenses or defenses changes depending on who we're playing, and when these kids aren't really getting practice time in, and you're having to draw it up on a board, or you're having to show them a huddle film on how to defend the correct way, it just makes it tough, especially when you're not getting the practice in. But like I said, we'll just have to learn in-game experiences this year versus in practice experiences. And it's limited to who you have at practice sometimes, depending on who's been quarantined and who's sick or who's hurt. And so it's a rough year, but it's not just a rough year for us. It's been a rough year for everybody. And so we're kind of all on that same playing field of, kind of learning on the fly, which, like I said, it'll be a good lesson for everyone this year, because next year I hope that we can we won't take it for granted, and we'll really get out there and try to take every day as it is.
Right, and Coach Phillips, you be able to be on the sidelines Tuesday night?
I will be, yes. I got to go back to practice today, so I'll be on that sideline on Tuesday night if we get to travel up the halls, which I'm hoping we can. And I think we're trying to schedule that AC game for Thursday. I think it's still kind of up in the air. And then we've switched our Friday night game, which is against Campbell County. We've switched it now to Saturday. So hopefully if we can play AC on Thursday, we'll get a practice day in before we have Campbell County on Saturday. And I think a lot of our games are going to look like that this year. A lot of those Friday games are going to get pushed to Saturday, and we'll have to put in a makeup game on those Thursdays.
Mm-hmm. Is the Halls game at home on Tuesday?
No, it's at Halls on Tuesday.
It's at Halls, okay. And then at AC Thursday?
Hopefully, and then I think it's at Campbell County on Saturday.
Okay, 3 road games. Okay, but let's be good. Home or away, as long as kids get to play.
That's right.
Right.
All right, Coach Phillips, appreciate you calling in. Anything else you'd like to add?
It was good to talk to you guys. Coach Watson, thanks for going tonight, and Blake, thanks for going tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Got your back, Coach.
All right, thank you. That's Coach Lisa Phillips, the Clinton Lady Dragons. And right now we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. We got some callers on hold, so if you would, just be patient. We'll get back to you. But you're watching the Locker Room Chat, and we'll be right back.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best. and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Coronavirus is changing the way we live our lives, but seriously injured people still need our help. At OEB, we're committed to helping you no matter what. So, we've introduced a system where we can take care of your case almost completely electronically. You don't have to leave your home for us to start helping you. All you have to do is call. The future may feel uncertain, but we can get through it together. If you're injured, you still deserve justice. Call 546-1111. Call right now.
Life is made of moments. Moments to share. Moments that are special. And those that are everyday. How do we meet these moments for over 2 million people across 23 counties in East Tennessee? We will meet them not as just a group of hospitals, but as one community of care. Because this is about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Welcome back into the locker room chat. And my guests tonight are Lisa Watson, assistant basketball coach for Lady Dragons, and Blake Hazelhurst, a freshman for the Lady Dragons. And Blake, Coach Phillips was talking a little bit about you, and I was going to ask you a few questions. Now, you played at Clinton Middle last year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you complete the season, or?
No, I didn't. I quit in the mid.
Oh, you dropped off sort of the mid-season. Mm-hmm. So I know I watched some of their games last year, but and I saw you playing early in the season over at I believe it was Heritage. So mm-hmm. I think your father was telling me you did play a little middle school ball last year. So what do you like about playing high school basketball?
It's a lot faster than middle school, and it's more competitive, and I'm a defensive player, so.
Mm-hmm. What would you say your strengths are?
Defense, definitely defense.
I agree with that. She's one of those players that we don't hesitate. Blake's got a little varsity time this year, which is huge for a freshman to get some varsity time at all. Usually freshmen don't even get that, but this year we've used Blake some in in varsity games as a freshman, and so she has proven to be, and that's one of the reasons why we moved her up, because we liked her defense. We liked her defense and her hustle and her effort.
Speed.
Oh gosh.
Speed to burn.
Yes, and so she's not afraid of that, and that's one thing that we love about her defense.
Are you faster than your brother?
Definitely. Yeah.
You don't know her brother. Her brother is a Weston Hazelhurst, all-state running back, linebacker for the Clinton Dragons about 10 years or so ago. Just an outstanding player, but this is his younger sister, and I say you got some of his toughness too, right?
Oh,
yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Let's go ahead and take this call. Locker room chat, thank you for holding, and go ahead, caller.
Hey, Lisa, do you think we will win state this year?
Do what?
Do you think we will win state this year?
Hey, we have a good shot at it. If we get a chance to go, we're going to give it our best shot.
Hey, I hope so.
Me too, Ant Dog.
Do you have any other questions for our guests tonight?
No, that's all.
Okay, thank you for calling in. He does a good
He's such a
impersonation.
loyal fan.
I was kidding Anthony tonight. I said, so you and Zach are brothers, right?
My son kills me. He does sound just like Anthony, so he can definitely do a good impersonation of him.
What does they say? Flattery, imitating is
That's right. It's flattering. Yes.
the first form of flattery.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right. So,
Zach really likes Anthony.
oh yeah, we all love Anthony.
Yeah.
Call back in, Anthony, if you got an update on the score. Go back to our busy phone lines. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Locker room chat. Must have dropped off. Blake, tell us a little bit about what are some things you need to work on in your basketball game, you think?
Probably offense and shooting, and just not getting nervous with the ball.
Right. So, what do you think about the game coming up this Tuesday night? Are you've been able to stay in shape pretty much? You've been doing anything during this off time?
Yeah, I have. I've been shooting around. I have a goal, but it's kind of down right now because we're doing stuff at the house. So I haven't got time.
Keeping your energy up, stamina, and trying to stay in shape. Okay.
That's one of the hardest challenges, when they don't get to get on the court, keeping them motivated. This COVID's made some of us a little lazy, but I can't say that about Blake because she goes hard no matter what. But that's one of the things that's one of our biggest challenges as coaches is how do we keep these kids motivated while we're being quarantined? How do we keep ourselves motivated?
Right, a lot of it's being self-motivated.
Well, sometimes you can, I told Coach when they come back, I said, this is going to work two ways for us. They're going to either be so hungry that they can't wait to get back on this floor and they're going to, give it all, or they're going to be so lazy because they've been used to not getting out of bed till 12 or 1 that it's really going to take us a lot to get back in the game. But that was a 50-50 shot on how that was going to turn out.
Have y'all been practicing early in the morning? Or?
Well, we've been practicing about 11, which is kind of early for these kids when they're out of school.
Right.
We've been practicing from 11 to 1, and then Coach Locker and his boys come in at 1.
Okay. Well, Lisa, you go way back. I know. I know you've been involved in coaching for a long time. How long have you been coaching?
John, it's over 25 years. Probably 30 years or more.
How long have you been with Coach Phillips?
This is our 7th season together.
Okay.
7th or 8th, yeah.
Did you come in with her?
Yes. Yes.
I know you coached a little bit at Anderson County with Coach Ellis.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was a bookkeeper. I actually worked at Clinton as a bookkeeper, and I helped Coach Ellis up at AC for about 4 years. And I remember the principal, Miss Linda Davis, at that time, she asked me, do I have a problem with orange and black? And I said, no, I've graduated orange and black. And she said, oh, okay. So she hired me to be the bookkeeper, but I coached up at AC, so I was cross-dressing that year. I was wearing blue and gray and orange and black.
So I know you played when you was in school, played basketball and softball, remember? And how's the game changed since you play? I know I don't want to to your age or my age, but you look a lot younger than me. But
well, John, when I played, we played that half court stuff until my senior year, and then my senior year is when, which was in 1980, we went to full court.
Right.
And that it was kind of hard on me because I was a defensive player like Blake. That was my specialty too. So that's why I love her, because we have a camaraderie there. But you know, when we went to full court, the transition for me was tougher because I didn't have a shot. But offensive players were actually able to defend some, because when a defensive player got a rebound, they had to try to steal it from them or whatever. But I'm telling you what, I'm so glad they went to full court.
Did that cut down on your playing time?
Oh yeah, I didn't have a shot.
Because you was on the court when it was 3-on-3. You was on the court all the time.
Yeah, Coach Gann put me in if he needed some defensive stops or somebody got in foul trouble or something. But yeah.
Y'all actually won the district championship.
Yes, we did back in the day.
I believe that was the last time Lady Dragons won the championship. But I do recall that. Y'all won it at Oak Ridge, didn't you? It was your junior year, right?
Yeah, but we played, it was actually, it might have been, I don't know if it was at Oak Ridge or not. I can't remember the location, but Carnes back then was a very strong team to beat. And we beat them, and it was so interesting because we beat them. At that time, the coaches and whoever the committees or whoever picked your all-district and all-tournament teams and all that, your MVPs, they would do that at halftime. And so it was funny because we won the district, but Carnes had more players on the all-district team than we did. Because they voted at halftime. They didn't know we was going to beat them.
Right. That was a Pat Hatmaker.
Yes.
Carnes played on the team, went on and played for
Kim Wells, Pat Hatmaker, and
Lady Balls.
Yeah, she did.
What is your role on the coaching staff for Clinton?
Well, I mean, as any assistant coach, my role is to assist the coach in whatever area she has me to do it. I think one of my biggest roles on this team as an assistant coach for her is, I mean, I help with a lot of the logistics too. Other than helping plan practices, Coach is real good about involving all her assistants. We each have a role during the games. My job is to do management of the books. I keep stats so I know how many timeouts we have left, how many players are in foul trouble. I'll let her know when people are in foul trouble. That's my game responsibilities. But in practice, we all have the same role, and that is to bring these girls up and teach them the basics.
What do you like the most about coaching?
The funnest thing that I like about coaching is being able to make a difference in these young girls' lives, teaching them the game of basketball. I love teaching it. As a matter of fact, the other day when we were doing defensive drills, when we got through, I told Coach Dixon, I said, I think I overcoach sometimes. I say too much. He goes, no. He said, that was good. They need that. So I like teaching the game. I like teaching the aspects of the game. I like teaching, I like watching these girls improve. And that's one of the things I like about Blake is she's so coachable. She wants to soak it in. She wants to learn new stuff. And so she's not real good about asking questions when she don't know, but you can tell that she wants to soak it all in. And so that's huge for me as a coach, for players to be coachable.
Now, Blake, does Coach Watson, does she get on you sometimes in practice?
Yeah, she does.
Coach
in
Watson,
a good way, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Coach Watson, are you the coach? I know you and Coach Phillips, Coach Dixon, Coach Cantrell. Lisa, are you considered the bad guy? Not really the bad, or the tough love? Do you get the?
No, I'm not that one. That's
vocal,
Coach Dixon.
Coach Dixon.
Yeah,
he's
Coach
one.
Dixon. Coach Dixon's the tough love coach. I'm the positive coach that tries to lift them up, have something positive to say at the end of the day.
I've seen you coach before. I know you can.
Well, yeah, now I can if I have to.
Right. And you also coached at Clinton Middle School,
Yes.
the Hawks, Lady Hawks, back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
How long was you the coach for the middle school?
I had coached there for 7 years, and when I gave up, it's funny. When I gave up the job, I had Zach, and you know, I felt like the older he got, it was harder, and I was like, it's his turn. I've been doing this a while, and Coach Phillips was getting ready to come up to the middle school.
Oh, to play. Okay,
To play,
right,
to be a player when I resigned my position, which ended up working out because the next year anyway they got rid of all the non-faculty coaches and they wanted to go. The new principal wanted to just have staff people there. So I would have had to leave anyway.
Right, I remember that. You had some really good teams back in those days.
Talent like crazy, yeah. Probably in the 7 years that
was you there in the mid 80s or
90s? It was 97, 96.
Oh, okay.
When probably in those 7 years I had 12 losses in the 7 years in my coaching rank. But it wasn't. I mean, I had talent coming through year after year after year. It was like a talent pool. It was fun.
Right. You see that talent pool coming up. I know I've seen the Lady Hawks Clinton Middle play some this year, and I think it's the best team I've seen
in a while,
probably since you coached.
Well, we are very excited about our upcoming middle schoolers that's coming up this year, this upcoming year, and the next year. One of the things that I find very exciting is if you see that group of girls that stay together, that are down there now, if they stay together in high school and added to this bunch right here, you're going to see some special things happen.
Right.
If they stay together, because they're fun to watch. I'm telling you.
Exactly. And at least what are some of your memories when you playing at Clinton?
Well, of course, winning the district. You know, we didn't have losing seasons when I played. We had winning seasons year after year after year, and that was because we did have talent. But one of the things that I loved about playing at Clinton High School was, I mean, it was a community that supported their school. It was all about, you know, it was just a one big community that just supported every sport we played. It was fun, you know. I think we've lost a little bit of that, just a little bit, and I think a lot of the coaches that we have now are trying to get that camaraderie back and that community support back and make things successful. But things were a lot different back then. We didn't have as much. These kids have a whole lot more to distract them than we had.
Right.
We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers.
Video games. And
I'm telling my age, Blake.
But Blake, what do you think about Lady Dragons this year? What's your opinion of y'all's team?
I think that's going to be kind of hard because of COVID, but for the most part of it, it's going to be really fun. And I've met a lot of people, and the whole team has made me more confident.
Are you having fun playing?
That's one of the things I've liked this year, John, is our upperclassmen help these underclassmen come along, and that's fun to see. It's fun to see, you know, the upperclassmen come and try to help.
Y'all got a good mixture of some seniors and juniors and even the freshmen, sophomores, and
yes,
it's good to see that the upperclassmen sort of bring them along and show them the ropes.
Yeah.
What are Blake? What are some of the goals this year for the Lady Dragons?
To
play games.
Yeah.
Basically, you know.
You get through the season?
Yeah.
You have any individual goals?
Just to get better offense.
Get better offensively? And what do you think about we'll get through this year and then playing next year? What do you think? What's about the future coming up? You excited?
Yes, I am.
You play any other sports at Clinton?
It's just too stressful on me. I just gotta stick with one sport.
We might be trying to get you out on the track.
Track?
You run
I'm
track?
telling you, the chick could do it. She's fast. We need to time you.
Time me?
Yeah, see how fast you can run a 40-yard dash.
I'll just embarrass myself.
No, I don't think so.
I know you're just a freshman, but what's some of your goals academically? Have you looked ahead to the future, like going into college, or what would you like to do?
I just want to go to college and I don't know what I want to be. I just want to go to college.
Right. Well, it's good to get your education. That's the main thing. And those 4 years of college will fly by before you know it. And it might not seem like it while you're in school, but it really goes by. But the main thing to do is just to stay with it. And, what is your favorite subject in school?
I don't really have one, but read English, if anything.
English, okay. You get to see Coach Watson any during the day, as far as except at practice?
If she comes in late to school, I'll get to see her.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to see her, do you? You don't want to get sent to the office, do you?
No, she'll walk by the office every once in a while, and we'll wave at each other.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming in, and it's nice meeting you, Blake, and Coach Watson. Thank you for coming in, and I really appreciate it. And I wanted to get a coach in here and talk some basketball.
Talk about the challenges we've had.
Right, talk about the challenges we've had. And also, before y'all go, it's almost New Year's, and Blake, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I just want to hang out with my friends and then just do teenager stuff.
Just have fun? What about you, Coach Watson?
I used to make resolutions, but I don't make them anymore. But I will say this. I do have a challenge for our players and for our coaching staff, for referees, for our administration, for everybody, ADs, everybody that's going through this struggle, because we're all in this together. We're all facing the same things, but my I guess challenge would be for ourselves and for everybody to remember our why we do this. Because if your why is not big enough, your excuses will be. And so I think if we could just reflect and remember why we play this game, why we coach this game, why we officiate this game, why we stay in sports at all. If we could just keep remembering the why and the reason why we do this, that'll keep us motivated and trying to stay positive through this pandemic.
That's the main thing, staying positive and just trying to be better, be better individuals, and that goes along with what you're saying.
Yes.
So I'm not a real big New Year's resolution person either.
Well,
I don't never really keep them, or I'll break them.
Well, mine's always the same. It's to lose weight, and I've lost the same 50 pounds for the last 50 years.
Right.
Forget that idea now.
I think that's one of mine this year, so just get more exercise.
Get healthy.
Right. All right. Well, once again, I thank y'all for being here, and looking forward to watching y'all on the court, Blake, and also Lisa.
She's fun to watch,
you as well, coaching on the sideline. So hopefully have y'all back on again sometime.
Thank you for having us, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers, and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law. And the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Life is made of moments. Moments to share. Moments that are special. And those that are everyday. How do we meet these moments for over 2 million people across 23 counties in East Tennessee? We will meet them not as just a group of hospitals, but as one community of care. Because this is about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it. We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl F. Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the locker room chat. And we got about 10 minutes or so left in the show, and I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Our phone lines are open if you have another question or comment. There was a big game tonight coming up in basketball. Tennessee Volunteers gets the Missouri Tigers tipping off at 9 o'clock. It's a really big game. Tennessee's first SEC game. I guess Missouri's first game, too. And, you know, both teams are the only two SEC teams ranked. Both of them ranked in the top 15. Tennessee number 7 and Missouri number 12. Let's take this call here. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, John.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
You did a good job tonight.
Thank you. You have a score on the Oklahoma-Florida game?
I'm about to. Hang on. I'm about to check.
You're supposed to already know that.
Score. 21-0.
Who's winning?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Wow. I know Florida's got some wide receivers out. I thought this game would be closer than that, but you know Florida may get back in it. You saw last night.
I hope they do.
You saw last night's game. Oklahoma State jumped on Miami 21-0. That came right down 37-34. So you don't count the Gators out, but I know they're missing some offensive weapons. And that game against Alabama might have took a lot out of them, too. They gave Alabama a real good game in the SEC championship.
Yeah, they did.
All right, Anthony, thanks for calling in with the update. And
you're welcome.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
We got some accolades, some high school football accolades, and also volleyball I want to get to before we get off the air, Tennessee Sports Writers Association released their 2020 All-State team, and we have some local players in our viewing area we'd like to recognize that made All-State. In Class 1A, quarterback Emmett Hagen, a junior from Midway, and his his wide receiver, you see Hagen right there, there's a wide receiver, Caleb Goodman, a junior also from Midway, and they're both back next year, and what a combo that will be. Offensive lineman from Cofield, Bryson Ridge, a junior. And an athlete making the All-State team for the Sports Writers is Seth Lau. He is a senior, and Seth, outstanding running back for the Yellow Jackets this year. So going over to the Class 1A on defensive side, another player from Cofield, defensive lineman Isaac McKinney, a senior, making the All-State team. Two players from Oliver Springs, a linebacker Brandon Nation, a senior, and also defensive back Gavin Hill, a senior. So congratulations to those young men. Moving on to Class 2A, we have a couple players from Rockwood that made the All-State team, or the Tennessee Sports Writers All-State team. We have defensive back Zadrian, I hope I pronounce it right, Zadrian Fickey, a junior defensive back for the Rockwood Tigers. And offensive lineman Jackson Kelly, a senior from Rockwood. Moving on to Class 4A. On the offensive side of the ball, running back Gavin Noe, only a sophomore from Anderson County. Gavin Noe had over 1,400 yards rushing, and that's quite the honor, him making the All-State team, only a sophomore. So congratulations to Gavin Noe of Anderson County. Also from Anderson County, Ole Miss walk-on and making the All-State team as a punter, Daniel Bethel. Bethel is a senior. As I mentioned, he will be going on to punt for the Ole Miss Rebels. So congratulations to those Mavericks. Moving on to 5A, we had two local players that made the All-State team. On the defensive side, defensive lineman Jackson Adams, a senior, and also defensive back Preston Turner, also a senior from Oak Ridge. So congratulations to those young men. Switching over to volleyball, I wanted to get this in. We have some local athletes on volleyball. Morgan McMurray from Anderson County making all Prep Extra volleyball first team as an outside hitter. She'll be going to Trevica College. Also her teammate Madison Rowland, a senior as well, a middle hitter. Big part of their state runner-up team. Also making the second team prep extra is Leah Freeman, a junior from Anderson County, and she plays the libero position, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. Libero. But she had a lot of digs for the Lady Mavericks. Also from Oak Ridge making the second team was Paige Halcrow from Oak Ridge as an opposite hitter. And the coach of the year in the Prep Extra 2020 is Jamie Smith from Anderson County. So congratulations to Coach Smith. We got about a minute left in the show. Also some other local players making the Prep Extra team. First team, Josh Miller of Anderson County. He was voted the most valuable player in the region. As I mentioned, Jackson Adams, first team defense. Daniel Bethel, first team as well. Max Oglesby from Anderson County made second team. Cole Adams and Jabras Taylor from Oak Ridge made Second team as well on the defense. Third team, Kendall Jackson and Gavin No, 2 running backs right there, Jackson from Oak Ridge. And third team on defense, Jacob Bourbon, a linebacker, and Stone Cummings, senior linebacker from Anderson County, and Joe Gaddis, Coach of the Year. That's Prep Extra. So we'd just like to thank Coach Watson and Blake Hazelhurst for coming in. I'd like to thank all the callers for calling in tonight. And for myself, John Williams, I'd like to wish all of y'all a Happy New Year, and join us again next week on the Locker Room Chat.